Stop! Don't throw this soil. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see in gardening. People buy plants, enjoy the flowers, and when the plant dries or the season ends, they just throw the pot, sometimes along with the soil. But here's the truth. This soil is not useless. In fact, you can reuse it completely and make it even better than before. Hi, this is your garden buddy, and today I'll show you how to reuse old pot soil the right way. This is especially important if you're doing terrace gardening, because getting fresh soil again and again is not easy. It takes effort, time, and money. So instead of wasting it, let's revive it. Now, you might think, if the plant died, the soil must be bad, right? Not exactly. The soil still has a lot of potential. But yes, there are a few problems we need to fix. First, the soil becomes compact. When plants grow, their roots spread all over and hold the soil tightly. Over time, the soil becomes hard, air circulation reduces, and water doesn't drain properly. Second, nutrients are depleted. Plants have already used most of the nutrients from the soil, so even though the soil is there, it becomes weak and cannot support new growth. But the good news is, all these problems can be fixed very easily. Also, while doing this, sometimes you might find something interesting. In my case, I actually found some seeds from the dried plant. Instead of throwing them away, I'm going to save these seeds for the next season. So this is another small benefit of not throwing your old pots directly. Now, let's start step by step. First, take out all the soil from the pot and put it into a big container or on a sheet. Now remove all the unwanted materials. Take out thick roots, stems, and any non-decomposed plant parts. If you see dry leaves, you can keep them, because they will naturally decompose and add nutrients to the soil. Next step, break the soil. You'll notice big chunks and hard pieces. Use your hands and crush them into smaller particles. Try to make the soil loose and crumbly. This step is very important because loose soil allows roots to grow easily and improves aeration. Now comes a very important step, sun drying. Spread this soil under direct sunlight for at least 1 full day, ideally 2 to 3 days. But here's something important I noticed while doing this. When I first kept all the soil in one pot, it formed a thick layer, and the bottom part wasn't drying properly. So I simply divided the soil into 2 pots to reduce the layer thickness. This helped the soil dry much faster and more evenly. Also, make sure to stir or mix the soil once or twice a day. This ensures that even the bottom layer gets proper sunlight exposure. And this entire process helps kill fungus, pests, and harmful bacteria naturally. It's a simple but very effective method. But one important thing, if your previous plant had severe fungal infection or root rot, then it's better not to reuse that soil, especially if you're a beginner. Now that the soil is clean, loose, and dry, we need to bring life back into it. So we'll prepare a balanced potting mix. Since this tub is full, I'm dividing the soil into 3 parts and enriching each part step by step. Right now, I've removed 2 parts of the dried soil, and I'm working with just 1 portion in this tub, which is roughly 30% of the dried soil as the base. First, I'm adding cocopeat, around 30%. Cocopeat helps retain moisture and keeps the soil soft and fluffy. It also improves root growth, especially for new plants. Next, I'm adding compost, about 25%. You can use vermicompost, cow dung compost, or even leaf compost. This is what brings nutrients back into the soil and makes it fertile again for healthy plant growth. Now I'm adding perlite, roughly 10%. Perlite improves drainage and keeps the soil light and airy, which is very important to avoid waterlogging. Along with that, I'm also adding rice husk, around 5%. This further improves aeration, and over time, it slowly decomposes and adds nutrients to the soil. Next, I'm adding a small amount of powdered neem cake or mustard cake. This is very important. It works as a slow-release fertilizer, improving soil health over time. And at the same time, it helps control soil pests and harmful organisms naturally. Now, finally, I'm adding a mild fungicide solution. This step is very important to protect your soil from fungal infections, especially when you are reusing old soil. Now I'll mix everything properly. Make sure all the ingredients are evenly blended, so the soil becomes uniform, light, and nutrient-rich. And just like this, you can repeat the same process for the remaining portions as well. And that's it. Your soil is ready to use again. You can use this soil for flowering plants, vegetables, or even indoor plants. It works perfectly and gives great results. So next time, don't throw your old soil. Reuse it like a smart gardener. This small habit can save money, reduce waste, and make your gardening more sustainable. And trust me, once you start doing this, you'll never throw soil again. If you found this helpful, share and subscribe for more simple gardening tips.